Hi, Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Muhammad Zaid bin Abdul Wahab. I'm from University Technical Malaysia, Malacca. Okay, today I'm going to talk about global environmental and sustainability. Okay, this is from an engineering ethic subject. Okay, so we go to the introduction of this topic. So environmental sustainable is defined as a reasonable interaction with the environmental in order to prevent harming the environment resource and to ensure long-term environmental quality for future generation. The protection of environmental must be into consideration, and many of action has been taken to sustain the environment. Okay. So river is also a vital part of life and must be maintained for the long term so that the next generation it provide geologic, ecological, biological and human history, shape culture and society, provide transport, purity and more. River system has a different and various length and size represent an important source of fresh water in the world. Okay. The northern region of India is ethnic with such a wealth of accessible freshwater source from river, lakes, wetland, and many more. For example, the Kolong River. Okay. Next, we go to the synopsis of the case study. The Kolong River of Assam, once a free-flowing and thriving offshoot stream of the mighty Brahmaputra River, was renowned for its strong navigability, rich biodiversity, and high agriculture productivity. The river and its adjacent wetland have had such a significant impact on the wetland community that have settled down on its bank over the century. During the 18th century, the Kolong River and its smaller streams were the main source of drinking water for people of the region, and therefore most human settlements were found concentrated along their banks, especially at that time. There has been considered scope of drinking, washing, bathing, swimming, and fishing. Today, the wetland of Samgari and the wetland of Mori Kolong were several prominent examples of such development, which are ox wall lakes formed along abundant river channel. Besides that, the river also served a major business association between both Lower and Upper Assam during those days. So as for the next point, that is the cause of the environmental issue. The cause of the Kolong River water polluted is human activity, of course. The element of severe has controlled the fractured the flow of our river, often irreplaceable, thus attempting to force the river towards their hydrological and ecological death. Even so, it is ironic that it is socio-economically dynamic and environmentally important. River is undergoing major present worsening primarily due to scientific human investigation as an informal food control measure during the year 1964. These tremendous modification on the Severn River left the platform inside and often disconnected from the former floodplain, thus shattering the declared agroeconomic base of the Kolong Reservoir. Okay, for the consequence of the environmental issue, the consequences are the unique freshwater environment that exists in the pools and reefs exist along the meandering course of the river are highly polluted, and as a result, the rich aquatic ecosystem biodiversity that once flourished in the area is now either absent or in a highly endangered condition, especially in the upriver wetland regions due to the lack of adequate water in relation to the reduced groundwater. The Reservation River is that is an art and science operating with a polluted river network with a goal of receiving in a possible way. It is only valuable choice for ensuring environmentally stable system of the Kolong River, which in effect will be an integral part of sustainable watershed management. Thus, in the present context, there is environmentally sustainable, economical, feasible, and social acceptable river restoration plan. So for the policy response to the environmental issue, that 13 water quality parameters were considered for the present study, which are water temperature, transparency, pH, total alkalinity, total hardness, conductivity, chloride, magnesium, phosphate, sulfate, dissolved oxygen, biological oxygen demand, and chemical oxygen demand were analyzed in accordance with the standard precise procedure recommended by the American Public Health Association, APHA. The water temperature were recorded for all the situations which were measured immediately after the collection of sample. So these are the following strategies could be employed. First, development of water management firm that operates especially for the Kolong River basin so as to assist in initializing externalities. This can be done by designing and implementing policies that can be nudge polluting units to adopt clear practice or release water waste after it is transported into the river. Second, imposing influence charge on each pollutant has been a sought after policy instrument worldwide, with the banks of Kolong getting urbanized and industrialized day by day. This policy instrument has become all the more necessary. However, identification of polluting source become a major hindrance. For the third point, application of stream standard is another important strategy that could be implemented. This policy was originally undertaken in the United States under its Water Quality Control Act 1965, where maximum and minimum water quality standards were set for each psychochemical parameter of water. For the fourth, treating water quality is undoubtedly associated with large costs. Minimizing them could start at the source itself. For instance, if industries implement in plant alternation in the mechanic, raw material use, and water use or reuse pattern, the society will have to spend less on treatment method. 5. Treating river water at a municipal level will be very expensive with respect to both implementation and surveillance costs. For the sixth and the last point, imposition of fertilizing tax combined with a charge for irrigation water may be done. This is being practiced in most nations and it is important policy in gaining immense traction. So as for the conclusion of this topic, thought the ongoing inquiry and assessment of the environmental well-being and a debate on the financial problem of water quality have been undertaken for the Kolong River, situated in Assam, India. Various impressions have been made of breaking down water from 4 stations on various parts of the river, which was obtained of the year 2018. The discussion over its financial information linked to the direction on the requirement to preserve quality of the water and need for commit research method to promote the ecological well-being of Kolong. Lastly, it can well be inferred from the analysis that the water quality of the flow in all situation is significantly low, in particular the town of Nagon, which is an urban city. Okay, thank you for your listen to my talk and have a nice day.